We did a survey over our medical care accessibility. Our topic addressed the rapid decline in the healthcare industry. We wanted to see how the decline has affected people and their relationship with healthcare professionals. So I was person A. My questions were on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with accessible and affordable healthcare? Which hospital did you last visit? Memorial Hermann, Houston Methodist, Texas Medical Center, or other? And the last one was, where was your last doctor's visit? The dentist, family doctor, orthodontist, optometrist, or other? Leela was person B, and her two questions were, are you above the age of 18? Yes or no? And how often do you receive medical care? Once a year, twice, 3 times a year, more, or never?
So I was person C, and then my topic questions were, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your experienced medical services, with 1 being like terrible and 10 being perfect? And then number 2 was, what medical field do you believe had the greatest decline?
I was person D, and I had 3 questions, and the first one was, do you live in Cyprus? Yes or no? Do you have kids? Yes or no? What type of medical service do you find the most difficult to afford? And it was an open-ended question.
All right, for my slide, I had the quantitative measures of center. So for the question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with accessible and affordable healthcare? The range was 9, the median was 4.5, the mode was 4 and 5, and the mean was 4.767. And then for our the categorical data bar graph, for the question, which hospital did you last visit? 24 people, or 27.9%, visited Memorial Hermann. 22 or 25.6% visited Houston Methodist. 60 people or 18.6% visited Texas Medical Center, and 31 people either didn't go to any of those or they went to another hospital. And for where was your last doctor's visit? 17 people or 19.8% visited the dentist last. 30 people or 34.9% visit the family doctor. 6 or 7% people or 7% visit the orthodontist. 11 people or 12.8% visit the optometrist, and 22 people or 25.6% visited neither of them.
My histogram shows that the majority of people only visit a healthcare professional or the doctor's office about once a year, and this shows that people aren't comfortable with visiting a healthcare professional for their needs. And this also correlates with the rapid decline in our healthcare community. 50% of our audience for our research was under the age of 18, and the other half was also above the age of 18.
So for the 5-number summary, using the question from 1 to 10, how would you rate your medical experience? The minimum was 1, the Q1 was 5, the median or Q2 was 6, and then Q3 was 8, and the maximum was 10. And the IQR being 8 minus 5 gave us an IQR of 3, and the range was 9. For the frequency table, using what medical field do you believe has had the greatest decline? We had, for surgical, 13 responses, emergency had 9, psychiatrist had 8, orthodontics had 8, medicinal had 6, family had 6, oncology had 4, dermatologist 4, OB-GYN 4, optometry 3, chiropractic 3, pediatrics 2, hospital 2, cardiology 2, lobotomy 2, phlebotomy 2, and then we had 5 answers for no response.
For the histogram and bar graph, for the histogram, I went and took all the different hospitals, and then I went through individually each response to see what hospital went to, what type of care they received, and overwhelmingly, Memorial Hermann had the most spread out different types of care, so they received every type of care that they offered, and the more hospitals we went down, the other, like the option other, and none of the hospitals. no hospitals, they were decreasing in the amount of people that received care. So people who do not go to a hospital are less likely to receive any type of medical care compared to someone who goes to Memorial Hermann or Houston Methodist. Also, what's very surprising about these results is that more people who go to hospitals are more likely to see just a family doctor than they are to any other type of care. So there's a correlation between the family doctor and going to a hospital.
What was the goal of our survey? So the goal was to access the comfort of people with healthcare professionals, and another goal we wanted to achieve is to see the people's opinion of the general decline on healthcare community.
For our sample design, we use convenience sampling, and for our population and demographic, it was parents, students, and teachers.
In conclusion, we found most people who filled out the survey are mostly 18 or under with no kids who live in Cyprus. Majority of people who filled out the survey were on the lower end of whether or not they had easy access to affordable healthcare, but they still rated their medical experiences highly. Most people said they observed the most decline in pediatric services. The most common medical services people said was the most difficult to access and or afford was basic medicine and emergency services.